At 2:17 a.m. on Saturday, my phone buzzed. I remember the sound clearly because it cut through the quiet like a knife. I was half asleep, the kind of dazed where you're not sure if you're dreaming or awake. The screen lit up, and out of habit, I reached for it, expecting maybe a news alert or one of those random promotional texts. Instead, I saw her name, Emily. My wife. The preview said, "Good night, love red heart hash." For a second, I smiled. It was sweet, unexpected. She was out of town for a work retreat, so the message felt comforting, like a reminder that we were still connected, even with the miles between us. But when I opened it, the message wasn't there. I blinked. Scrolled. Checked again. Nothing. The message hadn't come to me. I stared at the screen, confused. That same preview sat on my lock screen, but in the thread with her, the last message was from me, "Sleep well, babe. Miss you already." Sent 3 hours earlier. She hadn't replied. I checked again, hoping maybe it was a glitch. But deep down, something sharp twisted in my chest. The message I saw wasn't meant for me. I didn't sleep after that. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, my thoughts spinning. By morning, I'd convinced myself there had to be an explanation. Maybe she'd texted me from her work phone. Maybe it autofilled the wrong number. There were a dozen rational possibilities. But none of them felt right. When she called at 9 a.m., her voice was warm, casual. "Morning, babe," she said. "You up?" "Yeah," I answered. My voice sounded flatter than I wanted. "How was the event?" "Oh, exhausting," she laughed. "Everyone got a little drunk. I went straight to bed." I almost asked, "Did you send me a text last night?" But I didn't. I just listened to her talk about her co-workers, the dinner, the speeches. Every detail was clean, polished, like it had been rehearsed. Over the next few days, the unease lingered. She came home Sunday night, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. I noticed it when she hugged me, something musky, expensive. Not her usual perfume. "You smell nice," I said carefully. "Oh, hotel soaps, probably," she said quickly, waving it off. "They use weird stuff." I wanted to believe her. God, I did. I'd been married to Emily for 7 years. We built our lives together, shared routines, inside jokes, morning coffees. Trust wasn't something I ever questioned, until that weekend. But small things started stacking up. She began leaving her phone face down. When I'd walk into the room, she'd lock the screen faster than before. The laughter during her late-night texts stopped being open and became silent smiles she didn't explain. One night, I walked into the kitchen while she was washing dishes, her phone propped against the counter. I caught a glimpse of a message before she tapped the screen away. The name was saved as L. Just a letter. My heart sank. "Who's that?" I asked. She froze, her back to me. "Who's what?" "The message," I said. "You were smiling." "Oh, just Laura from work. She's venting about the conference." But I'd worked with enough people in corporate jobs to know, no one texts their coworker at 11:45 p.m. with heart emojis in the preview. That night, I lay awake again. I remembered our early days, how she used to roll closer in her sleep, her hand always finding mine. Now, she stayed on her side, her back to me. Her breathing steady, detached. By Wednesday, I couldn't stand it anymore. I waited until she showered, and I picked up her phone. My hands trembled. I hated myself for it, for invading her privacy. But love mixed with doubt turns into something desperate. The phone was locked. She'd changed her passcode. That was the moment the flaw truly dropped out. Not the missed text. Not the perfume. The password. That was her quiet confession. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't. Instead, I watched. I noticed how often she smiled at her screen. How quickly her mood changed when she got a notification. How distracted she became during dinner, her fork hovering midair while her thoughts drifted somewhere else. Somewhere I wasn't. Friday night, she told me she had another team dinner. She dressed up, hair curled, new lipstick, heels I hadn't seen before. She looked stunning. Beautiful in a way that made my stomach hurt. You look nice, I said. Thanks, she smiled softly. Don't wait up, okay? I might be late. She kissed my cheek, not my lips. Then she was gone. An hour later, I called her phone. No answer. Tried again. Straight to voicemail. I sat in the living room, staring at the clock, the seconds dragging by. Around midnight, my phone buzzed. A notification. An AirTag alert. It was connected to her keys, and apparently, to my iCloud, too. She was downtown. Not at the restaurant she'd mentioned. At a hotel. I drove there without thinking. Every red light felt like a test of how much a heart could endure before it gave up. When I arrived, I parked across the street and just sat there, gripping the steering wheel. At 12:42 a.m., I saw her walk out. She wasn't alone. A man walked beside her, tall, dark jacket, his hand brushing hers. She laughed. That same soft, sweet laugh that used to be mine. I didn't follow them. I didn't need to. The truth was right there under the yellow glow of the streetlights. She'd already walked away long before that night. When she came home the next morning, her voice was calm, too calm. Morning, she said. Did you sleep okay? I did. I lied. You. She hesitated for a fraction of a second. Yeah. Crashed as soon as I got back. I nodded, staring at her. I didn't ask about the hotel. I didn't mention what I'd seen. There was no point. Sometimes the silence between two people says everything that needs to be said. That afternoon, I packed a bag. Just the essentials, some clothes, my laptop, a few books. When she noticed, her face drained of color. What are you doing? She whispered. I saw you, I said simply. Outside the hotel. She didn't deny it. She just sat down, her eyes filling with tears. It wasn't supposed to happen, she said. It just did. I wanted to shout, to throw something, to demand why him, why us. But the words never came. I just felt tired. So impossibly tired. She kept talking, apologies, excuses, explanations that all blurred together. It was just emotional, she said at one point. I was lonely. I didn't mean to hurt you. Then why hide it? I asked quietly. Why let me think we were okay? Her lips trembled. Because I didn't want to lose you. That broke something in me. Because even in that moment, broken trust, shattered marriage, I still loved her. And I hated that I did. We sat in silence for a long time. Just breathing. Just existing in the wreckage of what used to be us. I left that evening. She didn't try to stop me. Maybe she knew she couldn't. Maybe she knew I was already gone in ways that mattered. It's been 3 months now. Some mornings, I still reach for my phone, expecting her name to light up the screen. Habits die slower than love. But I've learned something since then. Sometimes betrayal doesn't start with a kiss or an affair. Sometimes it starts with a message that was never meant for you. And when you see it, your world doesn't explode all at once. It just fades. Quietly. Like a light you didn't realize was dying until it finally goes out.